Okay, so in example 7, we're looking for sine of 2x equals 0, where x has to be between 0 and 2 pi. So, like before, I'm going to start out with just sine of x, and then I'll come back and fix it, okay? So, remember when we solved sine of x equals 0. Sine is what, x or y? Y. Now, 0 is, when I see that 0, I know I'm dealing with a quadrantal angle, which means it lies on one of the edges of the quadrant. So, like 0, pi over 2 pi, or 3 pi over 2, or 2 pi. Alright, so where is my y value equal to 0? Alright, we'll look over here on the side. So when I draw my compass rose here, remember y is equal to 0 on the x-axis, isn't it? Yeah. So that's going to be right here at pi, and over here at 2 pi, also known as 0, right? So the 0 and 2 pi, they'll worry me because they're the edges of my interval that I'm looking at. Is 0 included? Yes. Yes, so I'm going to use 0. Is 2 pi included? No, so I can't use 2 pi. So I would find then, we don't really have quadrants, but we know then that x would be at 0 and x would be at pi. Except we're not dealing with just the angle x. What was our angle in the problem? 2x. So this is going to be 2x, and because we do this, we're going to put plus. What is the period for sine? 2 pi, so we're going to put 2 pi in. And then instead of x equals pi, we know it was 2x will equal pi, and we're going to put plus that 2 pi in. Now we need to solve for x, so divide everything by 2. And so we get x equals 0 plus pi n, which you can reduce that if you want to. And over here we get x equals pi over 2 plus pi n. And again, if we were just looking for our general solutions or just all the solutions, that would be our answer. But we're restricted. We can only look from 0 to 2 pi, so I need specific numbers. So this is where we're going to build our table. Uh-huh. So we're going to plug in when n is 0. And we get 0. Is that between 0 and 2 pi? Is the 0 included? Yes. Yes. Okay, plug in 0 for the second one. And we got pi over 2. Is pi over 2 between 0 and 2 pi? Then plug in n is 1. And I got pi. Is that between 0 and 2 pi? Yeah. And then what's pi over 2 plus pi? Good. Is that between 0 and 2 pi? You had to get a common denominator because you're adding. So pi is 2 pi over 2. So on top you have a 2 pi plus the 1 pi that we already had. That makes 3 pi on top over the common denominator. Alright, so we're going to plug in 2. And we get 2 pi. Is that between 0 and 2 pi? No. Then plug in 2 on the other side. Whoops. Alright, and so we found our solution, ladies, is 0, pi over 2, pi, and 3 pi over 2.